Hi everybody, my name is James, and if you write about music, or if you've ever thought about writing about music, then this episode of Music Biz 101 is for you. That was kind of cheesy. I'm sorry, but I'm also kind of not. We've reached the end of January, and if you're anything like me, you probably have a growing list of albums that people keep telling you to listen to, you say you'll listen to, but truth be told, you never really find time to get around to them. Well, let me tell you, February is when all that changes. You see, back in 2015, a journalist by the name of Gary Suarez had an idea that is going to revolutionize the way you discover music, at least for the next 28 days. Gary developed the music writing exercise, and the rules are fairly simple. Every day for the next 28 days, listen to one album a day that you've never heard of, and then write a single tweet describing your thoughts about it. And think about that for a second. This month, February, is probably the only time all year round when every music journalist in the world, or at least a good portion of them, will be doing the same exercise as a way to not only develop their skills as writers, but to expand their musical palettes. For 1 month, we're all going to be doing our best to listen to the records we always say we're going to get around to, but never do. In fact, right before I started this video, I went ahead and made my list for next month. As you can see right here, 28 days, 28 albums, none of which I've heard before. One could change my life, one could be the worst thing I've ever heard, and I don't know, and that's so exciting. I've learned over the years that the farther you get in music writing, the more you tend to be pigeonholed into a certain sound or genre of music. If you write about pop punk all the time, people are not that likely to pitch you rap, and if you write about metal, they're probably not going to ask you what you think of the new Carly Rae Jepsen album. But February, the music writing exercise, is your opportunity to showcase your wide variety of skills. Or if you don't have those skills, this is the month to develop them. This is the month when you can listen to the albums that you always wanted to hear or have always been interested in and share your opinions of them. Of course, you're not going to get paid, and there's definitely no prize for participating, but you will do two things that are very hard to do in this industry. First, you'll be connecting with music writers from all over the world who are doing the exact same thing you are. They'll be covering different albums, of course, and in fact, it'd be kind of weird if they weren't, but you'll all be trying to become better writers over the course of 28 days. In a way, it's kind of like going to the gym. Everyone's doing their own thing, but you're all there for the same goal: to get yourself out of your comfort zones, do something that is challenging, and hopefully, over time, become better. And that's where the second thing comes into play. The second thing that you'll get out of doing music writing exercise is that you will become a better writer. It might not happen overnight, and it might take you all month to realize the changes. But as you're forcing yourself to continuously listen to new music and continuously find ways to discuss that music, you're going to start to develop new patterns of thought and new ways of describing sound that you might not have otherwise tapped into. I first participated in the music writing exercise when it launched, and over the years, I have found myself discovering new albums and new artists that have completely changed the way I look at music. Some of my favorite records now are records I discovered through this exercise, and the same will be true for you if you put yourself out there throughout the month. So again, every day in February, the 1st through the 28th, listen to one new record a day and write a single tweet about it using the hashtag MWE. And that last part is important, because that hashtag will help you connect with the journalism community, build contacts, and generally keep up to date with what everyone's doing. You can chart your progress and maybe even find albums to listen to as the month goes on. If you want more information about the music writing exercise or some recommendations on albums to listen to, visit holicsdaily.com. That address is probably at the bottom of the screen here somewhere. And if you want to follow me on Twitter and see what I listen to next month, you can do that as well. My handle is @JamesD.Shotwell, but again, it's probably right here right now, somewhere in this area. Lastly, we should definitely plug Gary's handle because he's the person behind all this. He's the guy who gave this great exercise to the world, and you need to follow him on Twitter. Not only is he a creative person, but he has a large amount of insight about the industry as a whole, as well as numerous subgenres that are starting to break through to the mainstream. So follow him. His handle is definitely right here at the bottom of the screen now. So follow those accounts, visit the website, and participate in music writing exercise. I promise you won't regret it. Now that's all the time we have for Music Biz 101 this week, but please check back because we'll be adding additional educational videos on everything from music management to publicity, journalism, and much, much more.